So now let us attempt another question. Dominant caste for the 10 marks. So for such topics, this topic is invented by the MNS. So think like him. So dominant caste and other essays is a book written by MNS where he explains the presence of the dominant caste. Okay, he found that during British period there was a process of imitation of a way of life, of customs, rituals, and ideology of the higher caste, especially by the lower caste, which he called the Sanskritization. Means already he gave the theory of the Sanskritization, and for the Sanskritization, dominant caste is a reference book. So, question is about the dominant caste. So, why did we introduce the concept of the Sanskritization? Because in the Sanskritization, the people who were trying to imitate way of life, customs, and rituals was of dominant caste. Earlier, his work on religion and the society, Cooks of Mysore, he writes how caste becomes dominant by virtue of numerical majority number, political power, economy, urban source of income, then jobs in administration and Western education. Uh, Now let us directly jump into the topic of the dominant caste, where he says he was influenced by the study of the Rampura village in the and also influenced by the dominant clan and lineage of the African kinship system. So what was his influence? From where did he get idea to study the dominant caste? This is where he got idea to study or induce dominant caste. And this above here is features of dominant caste told by him, and in which source, and this is the actually intro, this is connecting line. Okay, so he wanted to study dominant caste present in the Indian society. He accepted that not only in the Rampura but in other areas too dominant caste are present. For example, Andhra Pradesh, Reddis and Khammas, then Gujarat Patidars, and in North Rajput. Dominant caste are owners of the land traditionally according to him. Definitely, all these characters only we have to elaborate: numerical majority, political power, economic, urban, administration, and Western. So he gives a background of historical background. Historical background is not here, it is here. Okay, so dominant castes are owners of the land traditionally according to him, but during British period those members who were Western educated were building economic, social, and political power. Later, democratization, definitely we want independence. Then, numerical majority was on their side. Means during British period, they got educated, Western education. Then, after independence, numerical majority worked on their side. Now, one other thing to found is the dominant caste control most of the arable land. and by virtue of the land control, they were able to consolidate their status, also known as the political power. For example, for instance, in Kumbhabetai, Brahmins were able to consolidate land powers. Since there were people who depended on land, they dependent their dependent caste was dominated by the landowning caste. This was also means how they got this is how they became dominant. So because they control most of the arable land and other factors. This was also complemented by the urbanization, migration, jobs in administration, resulting in the emergence of the caste group, which was not Brahmin, to build power economically and socially. Now, from here we will start criticism or view of other sociologists. D.N. Majumdar, in his study in Moana village, Monana, Monana of UP, found that the Brahmins, Rajput domination started to get diminished due to the Zamindari Abolition Act, and also there is a fragmentation of the land, so erstwhile domination got used by money lending. Similarly, Mazumdar, D.N. Mazumdar, he refutes MNS that right from the beginning state society that majority ruled minority. There was no majority, as numerical majority was not required to become a dominant caste. In village today, single panchayat member has more status and power as compared to group of people. So in conclusion, dominant caste theory by MNS is helping to understand change present in the change present in the society. And Indology is the final nail in the coffin line or icing line. Indologists argue that Indian society is a story of Brahmanic monopoly. MNS argue the monopoly is replaced by the dominant caste. So this is all about M.N. Srinivas answer of 10 marks on dominant caste.